So I want to know, do you recognize that guy right there? Does it look like me? That photo's a little old, but that is me, I promise you. So I want to welcome you again. This is a great event. I mean, I think science and technology right at this age is almost the perfect opportunity. So I'm an engineer at Broadcom, and my job description almost is exactly what's on your t-shirt. Design, code, and build. So we build some of the chips that connect almost everything you've ever seen in the internet world. If you have a tablet, if you have a phone, you most likely are using some of the things that I've designed. So from coding in middle school to where I am today, it's brought me to the point there's hundreds and millions of copies of things that I've worked on. So that's an unbelievable feeling for me to see that, to see my kids using their iPad and know that it's going across things that I worked on. I want to tell you, my earliest memory of coding and building is actually right around the same age that you're at right now. So my cousin's house, he had a Commodore VIC-20, and I remember sitting in his house at this age and programming that. We would get a magazine, and the code would be written in the magazine, and we'd sit there for 3 hours typing line after line just to see a picture show up on the computer. I mean, what a formidable thing. At that point, I was hooked to computing. So you fast forward, I go on through high school, I go to college, I turn out I want to be an engineer. I mean, I love the feeling of coding, I love the feeling of solving that puzzle. And I started doing electrical engineering. And by the fourth year, we started building insides of computers. My fourth year of college, I vividly remember that. We built a computer from scratch. Unbelievable puzzle. I was hooked again. Proceeded on. I went all the way through a master's degree and a PhD. I wanted to specialize. I wanted to do everything about engineering. And that's what brought me. I worked at NASA. I spent time at Bell Labs, which is where the transistor was invented, an amazing R&D place. And it brought me to Broadcom, where I had the opportunity now to work on chips that connect just about everything. The crazy thing is, I think any time else in the history of the world, you guys are sitting at the right point to learn computing. It is unbelievable what you have access to. You take a look at the Raspberry Pi, all the phones, the tablets. You guys have the opportunity right now to go beyond anything that we've ever done from my generation or even 10 years ago. You can design, code, build, and you can figure these things out. What I want you to do today is you're going to figure out coding is actually not that hard. There's some loops, there's some things. You move data, you make decisions, and you go and jump around in terms of code. What I want you to do is to realize that coding is actually not that hard. From this side, looking on to learning coding, it may be challenging. When you get to the back side of it, what you're going to find is every single thing is logical, and you can understand every single bit. I have an intern that's working with me. We have a very complicated project, and he got almost all the way through it, and he told me, this is easy. And I said, it's only easy because you've spent the time to learn it. It looked hard on the one side. It's going to be easy on the other side. What I want you also to do is to go out and look in your life after today and think about coding, what you learned today. If you take a look at a set-top box and you look at the remote control and you press a button and something happens on the screen, there's somebody that's writing software to do that. And you know everything that they know to do that. If the button was pressed, I'm going to execute this part of the code. You guys will be able to do that. So essentially, that's what I want you to take away. Everything that you're going to learn today is easy. It's going to be easy. And every complicated software project that you've ever seen is easy once you had a chance to dig in. So I was driving up with my kids, and we tried to brainstorm a quote. I have to put a quote onto the chart here, but this is what I think I see in my career. If you really want to learn something new, the best way to do it is just to dive in. Make mistakes, fail at it, just bang away until you actually internalize this stuff. So you're going to start today to learn to code, but what I want you to do is keep going. There's opportunities. Raspberry Pi for $20. Hit your parents up, make them buy you a Raspberry Pi. Go online, go to Code Academy, learn to code, Python, Java, C, C++, RTL, Verilog. There's thousands of languages. All of them have the same 4 constructs of branching and moving data. So you never have to worry about languages. Learn the theory behind code. There's not a career that you're going to see in your lifetime that's not going to require you to understand logical coding. So that's why I'm so excited for this today. I hope you guys have a great time, and let's get started. Thank you. Thank you.